Bitcoin is not entirely anonymous. In reality, it is pseudonymous because each user has a public address that theoretically could be traced back to an IP address or exchange account through proper network analysis. So instead, a better question is, to what extent is Bitcoin anonymous? It is anonymous in the sense that the components of Bitcoin, such as addresses, private and public keys, and transactions, are all read in text strings, such as a public address, that in no way directly links to anyone's personal identity. General understanding of blockchain technology by the public was not prevalent in Bitcoin's early days. It was commonly thought that Bitcoin was a safe haven for criminals and terrorists because it was untraceable and entirely anonymous. As blockchain technology became more understood by organizations and the public alike, it became more apparent that Bitcoin's massive public ledger was actually a goldmine of information for authorities instead. Any Bitcoin transactions that have ever taken place are forever inscribed in an immutable ledger. Every Bitcoin transaction is publicly broadcasted on the Bitcoin blockchain. Because all transactions are permanent and public, a massive map is being created as time goes on that allows simple analytical tools to paint a picture of where Bitcoins are going. Bitcoin addresses are anonymous, but if an address can somehow be linked to a real-world identity, Bitcoin offers no privacy. There are a number of ways to connect addresses to real-world identities, most notably via Know Your Customer and anti-money laundering policies at exchanges and blockchain analysis. There are a number of privacy-enhancing tools available for Bitcoin users, like Bitcoin mixers, but most aren't perfect. Unless you really know what you're doing, it's best to assume you have little privacy. What are Bitcoin mixers? Bitcoin mixers are solutions, software, or services that let users mix their coins with other users in order to preserve their privacy. While Bitcoin addresses are pseudonymous, meaning they don't in themselves reveal the identity of their owner, they can often still be linked to real-world identities. For example, if you withdraw Bitcoin from an exchange where you've identified yourself, the exchange knows that the withdrawal address is yours. There are also more advanced techniques, such as blockchain analysis, to tie Bitcoin addresses to real-world identities. The next time coins move from these addresses, users risk revealing all sorts of personal information. Depending on how they spend their coins, they could reveal how many coins they own, even on other addresses, what they spend their money on, and more. By mixing their coins, users can obscure the ties between their Bitcoin addresses and real-world identities. This allows them to use Bitcoins more privately. How do Bitcoin mixers work? A number of mixing strategies have been proposed and developed over the years. These range from fully centralized solutions where all users trust a mixer, to solutions where users don't need to trust anyone, to solutions that resemble Lightning Network-style payment channels, to even using privacy coins like Monero as an intermediary step in the mixing process. Instead of exploring all potential options, let's stick to two of the most popular solutions available today. Centralized mixers are services that accept Bitcoin payments and send different coins in return. If many people use a particular mixing service, it becomes increasingly difficult for an outsider to tie any of the incoming coins to any of the outgoing coins. This breaks the transaction trail, offering privacy to the users. Centralized mixers leave two big problems unsolved, however. One, users need to trust their privacy with the mixer. Since the mixer knows exactly which user sent and received which coins, the mixer could re-establish the trail of ownership. If the mixer is willing to share the data with interested parties, perhaps because they have to by law or in return for payment, the user would lose his privacy after all. And two, perhaps even worse, the mixer could refuse to make the return payment, basically stealing the user's coins. More modern mixers have solved both of these problems. Shamian CoinJoin mixers, for example, let a large group of users cooperate in making one large payment to themselves. Basically, if 100 users all send exactly 0.1 Bitcoin to a new address they control, and then merge these 100 transactions into one big transaction, everyone gets 0.1 Bitcoin back, but no one can see where they got it from. On top of that, Xiaomian coin join mixers can be designed in such a way that not even the entity that merges the transaction can figure out which coin went where, nor could it steal any coins. Users wouldn't sign the merge transaction if they didn't get their 0.1 BTC back. But why would you mix your coins? You would mix your coins to protect your privacy, and there are many reasons to protect your privacy. In short, you might not necessarily want the world to know where you spend your money, what you earn, or how much Bitcoin you own. Take the more concrete example of someone who just got a raise. They may not want their landlord to find out, as this landlord might see it as a good opportunity to increase the rent. A dissident, pseudonymous journalist may want to get paid for his articles without the regime in his country finding out who he is. A teenage girl from a conservative family might want to purchase contraception without her parents finding out. A Democrat in a Republican town may want to donate money to his favored politician without drawing the ire of his neighbors. A wealthy Bitcoiner may not want to reveal his holdings as it would make him a target for kidnapping, extortion, or worse, and so on. Really, there are quite literally countless reasons why people may want privacy. In fact, even if you do not care about your own privacy at all, you may want to altruistically mix your coins to increase the anonymity set of people who do. Can Bitcoin mixers be banned? Whether or not Bitcoin mixers can be banned is really a legal question, not a technical question. It will, therefore, differ from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. There are examples of mixers that have been banned, as authorities claimed that the service was being used to launder money. The most popular mixing services are currently centralized, either trusted or untrusted, which does mean they could be shut down relatively easily by authorities. So far, however, many mixing services continue to operate unencumbered. If centralized mixing services do face bans and shutdowns, decentralized mixing services might take their place. These would be harder to take down. Are there any anonymous cryptocurrency? The answer is yes. There have been a number of coins created with varying levels of privacy and anonymity built into their inception. The main two privacy coins are Zcash and Monero. Zcash has some excellent privacy features for shielding transactions. However, these features need to be activated by users, and research has shown that only a very small portion of transactions have these features. Privacy on a blockchain is enhanced when most or all transactions are private. Monero has privacy features in place for all transactions in the blockchain, which means that there is substantial anonymity in place. If watching this video has made you more interested in the technology behind privacy or cryptocurrencies and you are feeling brave, I suggest that you like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.